And welcome everyone. I'm the Upper Down, and today we're going to be playing some more Slay the Spire. If you caught yesterday's stream, we played through as the Ironclad. So today we're going to go ahead and play through as the Silent. His is one of my favorite play styles. Let's go ahead and start off here with the extra health. Since we don't have a way to automatically heal each turn, this will be beneficial to us. I'm seeing the mini-boss here, about halfway up. We definitely want to try to take him out quick, so let's go ahead and go down the far left side here. Let's go ahead and weaken the enemy here. We've got his damage down to 8. Throw a defend. Actually, let's throw out 2. That'll give us enough to block. 35 health remaining here. No damage incoming on this turn, so let's go ahead and use all of our damage there. Don't need to worry about any block. Unfortunately, I won't be able to carry over this mana, so I will have to make do with what I have this turn. 10 damage. Let's go ahead and neutralize here for the weak. We'll put up a defend. Won't block all of it, but we'll block most of it. I could have used another defend there, but the extra 6 damage I feel like is going to be more beneficial in the long run of this fight. One damage short. 6 strength and 6 armor here. We need to do 7 damage. I have not drawn it. We have enough block here to survive that. I need to draw 1 strike here. Neutralize will do it. Backflip, gain 5 block and draw 2 cards. Dash for 10 block, 10 damage. And Quick Slash for damage and 1 draw. I like Dash here. I feel like the block and damage all in one card is great. Into our first question mark room. Scrap Ooze. As you walk into the room, you hear a gurgling and the grinding of metals. Before you is a slime-like creature that ate too much scrap for its own good. From the center of the creature, you see glints of strange light, perhaps something magical. It looks like you can get some treasure if you just reach inside its opening. However, the acid and sharp objects may hurt. So here we're gonna have to take some damage to try to find a relic. We got it on the first try, and Mango. Raise your max health by 14. That was one of the best Scrap Ooze pulls, relic pulls I've ever had. Success! After rummaging through the metal and burning acid, you finally grab hold of a relic and yank it out. You pull your way out of the ooze, damaged, but rewarded. Alright, we could either go left here for another question mark room or right for a shop. We only have 115 gold here, but it wouldn't hurt to see what is available. We won't be able to afford any relics, unfortunately. Infinite Blades. Power. At the start of your turn, add a shiv into your hand. Acrobatics. We could get 3 cards. Have to discard one, though. Endless Agony. Deal 4 damage whenever you draw this card, add a copy into your hand. Bandage Up. That is a nice heal card to have access to. I think I'm going to pick up Infinite Blades here. Having access to additional damage every turn would definitely make the difference, I think. Into our next question mark room. Wing Statue. Among the stone and boulders, you notice an intricate, large blue statue resembling a wing. You find gold spilling from its cracks. Maybe there is more inside. You can either remove a card from your deck in exchange for health, or gain the gold. Let's go ahead and pick up some gold. With all your might, you hack away at the statue. It soon crumbles, revealing a pile of gold. You grab as much as you can and continue onwards. We have to turn left here. We want to fight the mini-boss here. We have 2 slimes, one with 9 health, one with 29 health. Let's go ahead and start things off here with infinite blades. We can use dash to take out the enemy in the front and avoid all the damage from the enemy in the back. Alright, 8 damage. Let's go ahead and throw a defend on here. Since I know that there is a boss coming up, I want to try to conserve as much health as I can so I don't need to rest at the bonfire. Go ahead and exhaust that so I don't have to worry about drawing it again. $13 gold, a power potion. We could pick up noxious fumes here for 2 poison to all enemies at the start of every turn, or blade dance for 3 shivs. That is a tough decision because noxious fumes is automatic, whereas blade dance is a one-time use to give me extra damage. Let's go ahead and pick up noxious fumes here for the extra damage. Let's go ahead and recall here to get the red part of the key for the final boss into the mini boss. We'll go ahead and get infinite blades activated here. I'm going to avoid dealing any damage. The boss will stay asleep until the 3rd turn, I believe it is. Noxious fumes, let's get that activated. And again, we will end our turn. He will wake up on the next turn. Starting to get poison built up here. We have 3 poison on the mini-boss here at the moment. Go ahead and place him block. He's going to do 18 damage. We can block the full amount of it. Another 18 damage here. I will not have enough to block all of that, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and use our power potion. More infinite blades, more poison, or Beltrips. Whenever you are attacked, deal 3 damage back. I'm going to go ahead and pick up another noxious fumes here. We will now do 4 poison damage at the start of every turn. This would have been the ideal hand to have had last turn. All of the defense cards. We've lost 1 strength and 1 dexterity, so we will do slightly less damage and block slightly less. Looking to take 5 damage here. Down to 46 health. See if we can't fix that. Going to take 9 more damage here. We can safely end turn because poison will take him out. We have the Snecko Skull. Whenever you apply poison, apply an additional poison. And the Emerald Key. Outmaneuver. Next turn, gain 2 mana. Heal Hook. Deal 5 damage. If the enemy has weak, gain 1 mana and draw a card. As well as Endless Agony. With that being a 0-cost card, it is actually a good thought to pick up. I am instead going to go ahead and pick up Outmaneuver here for the 2 mana. Alright, 2 enemies here, both having Curl up, so they will gain block once they receive damage for the first time. We will go ahead and strike both. Enemy in the front has increased his strength. We can do a 10 damage here. Let's go ahead and take out the enemy in the front. And Infinite Blades. We will block the full brunt of the damage here. And that will be enough to finish the enemy. Blade Dance for 3 shivs, another dash, or Dagger Throw. Let's go ahead and pick up dash here. Having more block will benefit us greatly in the long run. Alright, so if we go left, we have a chest, a shop, and a fire. If we go right, we have a chest, a fire, and a shop. Let us go left here. We can either pick the pair upon pickup, raise your max health by 10, or the Sapphire Key. That is a tough decision because additional health will be a very big benefit to us this early on, but the Sapphire Key, having that out of the way, would also be good. I feel like it's too hard to pass up on the pair, so we're going to go ahead and pick that up. We now have 101 maximum health. And let's see what the shop has to offer. Whenever you use a potion, heal 5 health. Every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile, gain 2 mana and toolbox. At the start of each combat, choose one of 3 random colorless cards and add the chosen card to your hand. Okay, we also have Adrenaline. Gain 1 mana, draw 2 cards. And it is a 0-cost card. When upgraded, I believe it will gain 2 mana instead of 1. Definitely worth considering picking that up. Poison to and 2 weak to all enemies. Yes, I think that is the way to go here. Leaves us with 3 gold. Let's move on to the fire here. We're going to go ahead and smith our Adrenaline into a 2 mana gaining card. Alright, we can go to the combat here or take our chances with the question mark. What do we have? Living Wall. As you come to a dead end and begin to turn around, walls slam down from the ceiling, trapping you. 3 faces materialize from the walls and speak. Forget what you know, and I'll let you go. I require change to see a new space. If you want to pass me, then you must grow. Remove a card, transform a card, or upgrade a card. Let's go ahead and upgrade. If we upgrade Dash, it will become a 13-13. Outmaneuver will give us 3 mana instead of 2. Noxious Flames will do 3 poison instead of 2. And Infinite Blades will start in our hand at the beginning of each combat. I think I'm going to pick up Outmaneuver here, the 3 mana as opposed to 2. Satisfied. The walls in front of you merge back into the ceiling, leaving a path forward. Alright, we have one lone thief here, about to do 10 damage. So let's go ahead and play Adrenaline here. That will give us the extra mana we need. Outmaneuvered will help us next turn. Let's go ahead and play Infinite Blades here. Dash will give us the block we need. Let's go ahead and throw another strike in there. Three extra mana this turn. And play our entire hand. Unfortunately, we will take 2 damage. He's going to go ahead and attempt to apply some block here. He will not be successful. We've regained all of our stolen money. A strength potion. Well-laid plans. At the end of your turn, retain up to 1 card. You can choose not to discard a card. Eviscerate. Costs 1 less for each card discarded this turn. Deal 7 damage 3 times. Or Poison Stab. 6 damage, 3 poison. I like the idea of well-laid plans here, being able to keep a card at the end of your turn. So often you end up discarding something you actually really need on your following turn. You come across a dead adventurer on the floor. His pants have been stolen. Also, he looks to have been eviscerated and chopped by giant claws. Though his possessions are still intact, you're in no mind to find out what happened here. Find the loot, 25% chance the monster returns. You found some gold. Do you continue searching or leave? Let's try our luck again. Couldn't find anything. Continue searching. 75% chance of a monster returning. I think with our health as it is, we can afford to fight a monster. And a mini-boss has appeared. Alright, Noxious Fumes. Nothing too essential here. We've lost 1 dexterity and 1 strength. Looks like 18 damage. Go ahead and apply a weak here. Brings him down to 13. I'm going to go ahead and drink my strength potion. That gives us 1 additional strength. And I'm going to go ahead and play well-laid plans here. We will keep a strike for now. 4 damage I just received. We definitely need to make sure we get some blocks started. We have Outmaneuver we could play next turn. We could play now to have more mana next turn. Let's go ahead and do that. And we will retain our Infinite Blades. Took 10 damage there. We are down to almost half health. Let's go ahead and play Infinite Blades now. Go ahead and keep our defend. We've gained yet another Or I should say, lost yet another dexterity. Let's go ahead and use neutralize here. This will weaken the enemy. Into dash for the block. Let's play another defend here. That will reduce our damage taken down to 2. I'm going to go ahead and keep a defend here just in case. $18 health left on the mini-boss. And we have enough to defeat the boss. We found 31 gold. The White Beast statue. Potions always appear in combat rewards. That is a big buff to us early on. 0 cost slice for 6 damage. 2 cost riddle with holes. 3 damage 5 times. And Tactician. Unplayable. If this card is discarded from your hand, gain 1 mana. I think having some additional damage, especially damage that doesn't cost anything, will be beneficial to us. We can survive this fight with 51 health, so let us go ahead and smith a card here. Well-laid plans would do 2 cards instead of 1. Infinite Blades starting in your hand. I think we're going to go ahead and upgrade Dash here for the additional damage and block. Let's go ahead and start off with both of our power cards here. Unfortunately, we did not draw our card that allows us to retain. I would have liked to have had that in my starting hand. The boss is down to 102 health. Alright, well-laid plans here. We'll play outmaneuver for next turn. Get a little bit of defense and weak on the boss. $21 damage. Don't need to worry too much about my health. I will fully regen at the end of this battle. The boss is down to less than half health, so he will now split into 2 smaller enemies, each with 61 health. Let's go ahead and start off with Dash Plus. That'll give us 13 block. We also have access to Survivor for an additional 8. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get the first enemy down low enough to avoid taking damage from him, so just let us simply gain the block here. Going to keep a block card for next turn. Blocked all the damage from the front enemy and took 6 from the second. We have Adrenaline here. Let's go ahead and play that. We should be able to make the front enemy split. Go ahead and get this slime card out. 10 health on the enemy in the front. $24 health remaining. Let's go ahead and apply dash to the enemy in the back. We will play outmaneuver for next turn. Go go ahead and reduce the health on the front enemies here, just in case. And keep a block for next turn. Plenty of mana here to work with. Looks like we will be taking 16 damage. Can reduce that to 13. If I can get his health low enough, he'll split. The front two enemies will die from poison before they can strike. And the enemy in the back will split into two, each with 9 health. Let's go ahead and take out the enemy in the front. We will keep our survivor. And the battle is over. Gold, a fear potion for vulnerable, and our quote-unquote special cards. Phantasmal Killer. Next turn, your attacks deal double damage. Corpse Explosion. Apply 6 poison. When the enemy dies, deal damage equal to its max HP to all enemies. And Adrenaline. Gain mana, draw 2 cards. I always like to have at least 2 of those in my deck. Opening the chest here, we have Snecko Eye. At the start of your turn, draw 2 additional cards. Start each combat confused. Whenever you draw a card, its cost is randomized. Velvet Choker. Gain 1 mana, but you cannot play more than 6 cards per turn. And Empty Cage. Remove 2 cards from your deck. I don't know that there's anything I particularly want to remove from the deck. None of these are especially appealing, so we will just skip them for now. Alright, let's take a look here. We have a shop here that we could access. We would have to fight a mini-boss afterwards. As far as fires go, we have a couple lining the middle here. We have access to a late-game shop. Just a single enemy here for our first combat. Let's go ahead and start off with the unupgraded Adrenaline here. Get Noxious Fumes. Pen damage. We can avoid most of that. Go ahead and get a couple of cards out of the way here. We'll play our second Adrenaline. We've gained Dash. We will now block the full brunt of the damage, and we've removed 30 health from the enemy. Infinite Blades into Well-Laid Plans, and a Strike. Go ahead and use Neutralize here. The effect weakened won't help us much because it will wear off before his next attack is launched. But that's fine, we get the 3 damage from it. Outmaneuver here for more mana next turn. Let's go ahead and use Dash here to get the damage output. Down to 33 health. I will keep Survivor in case I need the block. (28) health remaining. Looking to do a 16 damage. We have 15 damage. That would put the enemy at 13 health. That would not be enough to finish him off. Let us instead go ahead and play some block here. 13. I will take 3 damage here. And the enemy has enough poison on him to end the fight here without me doing anything. Duplication Potion. This turn, your next card is played twice. Always good to have those. Eviscerate Plus. 9 damage 3 times for each card discarded this turn. Deal 15 damage next turn, draw 2 additional cards. And Deadly Poison for 5 poison. Given the cost of this card and the lack of multiple cards being discarded each turn, that card would be too expensive for what it's worth, in my opinion. 15 damage and drawing 2 additional cards. I like that card. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. We have 2 Thieves now. 10 damage each. We have access to Adrenaline. Let's go ahead and play that. Let's get our buffs started here. We only have 1 defend. We are out of mana here. We're going to take 15 damage. We've gained dash. I'm going to go ahead and use my duplication potion here on the upgraded dash for the enemy in the front. That gives us 26 block now. We're going to go ahead and keep a dash for next turn. This will fully block all incoming damage. And the enemy in the front will die of poison this turn. We're going to go ahead and play outmaneuver for next turn. Let's go ahead and use dash on the enemy in the back into Adrenaline. We can use weak on him as well. Now the question, do I want to take the 2 damage and use Predator, or do I want to attempt to block? I'm going to go ahead and use Predator here. This will give me additional cards next turn. Keep a block. Actually, let me keep the damage card. I think the enemy in the back is going to attempt to block next turn. Fantastic. We've gotten our gold back. Swift Potion. Draw 3 cards. Calculated Gamble. Discard your hand, then draw that many cards. Bouncing Flask. Apply 3 poison to a random enemy 3 times. Costs 2 though. I think we're going to stick with what we have for now. Let's go ahead and try our luck with some question marks. Forgotten Altar. In front of you sits an altar to a forgotten god. Atop the altar sits an ornate female statue with arms outstretched. She calls out to you, demanding sacrifice. You could get rid of the golden idol, which I unfortunately do not have. You can sacrifice 25 health to gain 5 max health, or Desecrate, which would give you Decay. We are going to go ahead and go with the sacrifice option here, because that is really the only option that's worth taking. You stand on the altar and cut your wrists. As the blood spills out in sacrifice, the arms of the statue reach out and close around your eyes. Everything goes dark. You wake up a short time later, feeling a new potential surging through you. Next question mark here is the Ominous Forge. You duck into a small hut. Inside, you find what appears to be a forge. The smithing tools are covered with dust. yet a fire roars inside the furnace. You feel on edge. So you can upgrade a card in the deck, or obtain a special relic. Warped Tongs. At the start of your turn, upgrade a random card in your hand for the rest of combat. You will, however, gain a Pain Curse. While in your hand, you lose 1 health whenever you play another card. With our deck being 22 cards, having that card in there would greatly increase the amount of damage I would receive. Or we can simply upgrade a card in the deck. Let's go ahead and go with that. We will upgrade... If we upgrade Predator, it will do 20 damage. We can upgrade Adrenaline here to get the additional mana. I think that's what we'll do. If we were to upgrade Slice, it would do 9 damage. Yes, I think Adrenaline is the only option that makes sense here. You decide to put the Forge to use, and clang, clang, clang. Improve your arsenal. Into our next question mark here. It is a combat. Alright. We unfortunately did not draw anything that will give us any additional mana here. Let's go ahead and use Neutralize on the enemy in the front. Could play Dash, but I don't need the block. Let's play Predator instead. Go ahead and apply some Vulnerable. I'll hit the enemy in the middle. 22 damage. And a strike as well. They have given themselves the Ritual buff. This will increase their strength each turn. Adrenaline plus here, that will give us a couple of extra cards to work with. Outmaneuver for next turn. See if we can take out the enemy in the middle here. Another Adrenaline. Let's get some poison started. Alright, 12 damage incoming. We will have enough to block it. We still have the Swift Potion to draw 3 extra cards. We have 6 mana to work with. Let's get our blades started here. Let's go ahead and pop our potion. We've gained Neutralize. Let's go ahead and hit the enemy in the front with that, as well as Dash. Looks like 15 damage. I will take 2 if I choose to double strike, which we will do. Keep a defend here for next turn. 14 damage we need to deal to the enemy in the front in order to remove him. We've found yet another Predator here. Let's go ahead and remove the enemy in the front. And start putting up some block here. Unfortunately, we will be looking at 7 damage. We have 3 mana to work with. Let's go ahead and use Dash here to get some blocks started. We would take 5 damage. I could potentially give myself 3 additional mana for next turn. Or I could block the full damage, but I wouldn't be able to deal any more this turn. That is a tricky decision. I think we'll go ahead and go with the block, just to stay on the safe side. And I will keep outmaneuver for next turn. Down to 15 health here. Go ahead and weaken him a little bit. And we have enough damage to take him out. Belling Potion. Add 3 Shiv Plus to your hand. Prepared. Draw 1 card and discard. Dodge and roll. Gain 6 block. Next turn gain 6 more. And deflect for 4 block. Let's go ahead and pick up dodge and roll here. And into the fire. Let's go ahead and rest here to restore some health. We're back up to 83. We have 2 more combats before we get a break. Let's go ahead and go here. 10 damage from the enemy in the back. Let's go ahead and play dodge and roll here. And outmaneuver for next turn. Got 6 damage or 5 damage. 6 damage or 5 block. The enemy in the front is going to be a problem. We're going to want to take him out quickly. Let's go ahead and use our potion for the Shiv Plus. And that is all we have. We can play this turn. We will take 4 damage here. Let's go ahead and pop Adrenaline for the extra cards and mana. Infinite Blades. Use Predator on the enemy in the front. And we have 1 mana to spare. Three poison on the enemy in the front. We're gonna go ahead and use well-laid plans here. $13 damage on the enemy in the back. Adrenaline. Enemy in the front is done. 63 health remaining on the enemy in the back. 21 damage, it looks like. Go ahead and get a little bit of block started. We'll go ahead and get rid of both of those. Looks like we'll take 7 here. Go ahead and get another Predator going. I will keep a defend for next turn, just in case. He is down to 20 health. Another dash here. And that should just about do it. Dies to poison here. Strength potion. 2 strength. Piercing Wail. All enemies lose 6 strength this turn. Masterful Stab. Costs 1 additional health. 1 additional mana for each time you lose health this combat. And Slice. I'm going to pick up Slice here. Okay. We could go to the right. Pick up a chest. A fire and the shop, or we could go left here, get access to 2 fires, a chest, and the shop. So we're gonna go ahead and go left. Let's go ahead and smith a card here. Let's get the other dash upgraded. Let's go ahead and open our chest. We will pick up the sapphire key here. As nice as it would be to have this relic, I will have to pick up the key in order to fight the last boss. Let's go ahead and smith another card here. let's go ahead and upgrade Infinite Blades so it starts in our hand at the start of combat. Alright, 21 damage to start. Don't have a lot in the way of block in my hand. Damage. Unfortunately, the amount of damage I deal is not correlated to the amount of block that I would receive. But it will take the enemy out faster, so let's go ahead and do that. We have 1 mana remaining. Let's go ahead and play Shiv here, and then we will play Survivor. Let's get rid of a strike, and we will keep a defend. We've blocked the full amount of damage this time. No attacks incoming this time around. Outmaneuver. Let's go ahead and play Dash. We're going to keep our Noxious Fumes, so we can play that next turn. Adrenaline. Let's go ahead and play Noxious Fumes. Predator. Dodge and roll. Let's just unleash our hand. Fantastic. Just what I was hoping I would draw. Now I will take a little bit of damage here. 8 damage to be exact. Enemy has 11 health. That is just enough. 16 gold. We have gained liquid bronze for 3 thorns. Outmaneuver again. Reflex. If this card is discarded from your hand, draw 2 cards. And another dodge and roll. Let's go ahead and pick up dodge and roll here. Definitely need more block in my deck, that's for sure. We have 249 gold. Bag of marbles. At the start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. At the start of boss combats, heal 25 health. Upon pickup, brews 5 random potions. Let's go ahead and pick up the Pantograph here. Healing for 25 health at the start of boss combats is just more than you can ask for. We have 9 gold remaining. Let's go ahead and proceed here into the next shop. Unfortunately, I won't be able to afford anything he has to offer, so we will simply skip past. Two enemies here. We have neither attacking at the moment. Let's go ahead and get set up for next turn here. I'm definitely going to keep Dash in my hand. I want access to that next turn. We've worn out the debuff blocker that the enemy in the front has access to. Let's go ahead and keep Dash. .65 armor on the enemy in the back. Let's go ahead and use Dash on the enemy in the front, gain some block. Let's go ahead and use Predator now. We can take him out. Adrenaline. Unfortunately, we still have not drawn Noxious Fumes. That is the card that will take out the enemy in the back. Let's get some block prepared for next turn. reduced the amount of block I will be able to gain for the next 5 turns, as well as dealing 20 damage this time around. We have 6 already due to dodge and roll from the previous turn. Unfortunately, not enough to block the full brunt of the damage there. We're looking at 28, I should say, damage. 10 more damage coming our way. Try to remove some of the artifacts he has to reduce some of the damage, or to give us the ability to apply some poison damage, I should say. He is going to deal 10, we have 12, so let's go ahead and throw a strike here. $20 more damage this time around. We've finally worn out all of his artifacts here. We have 3 mana to work with. Let's go ahead and play Outmaneuver. Dodge and roll. We have 1 mana remaining. Go ahead and get rid of our defend here and keep Predator. 11 damage. Down to 35 health. We have blocked the full amount of damage that he would deal, and we've removed all of his armor. Get rid of both of those. Smoke Bomb, escape from a non-boss combat, but you receive no rewards. Quick Slash, deal 8 damage and draw a card. Sneaky Strike, 12 damage. If you've discarded a card this turn, gain 2 mana. And Piercing Wail Plus, all enemies lose 8 strength this turn. Let's go ahead and pick up Quick Slash here. Damage and draw is definitely the way to go. We have almost no health, so we're going to have to rest here. And heading into the boss fight will trigger our pentagram here, so we have almost full health once again. Let's go ahead and outmaneuver for next turn. Infinite Blades. And get a strike in there. I'm going to go ahead and use my Thorns. Let's go ahead and play Noxious Fumes into an Adrenaline Rush. See what else we can draw. We will not be able to block the full amount of damage here, unfortunately. Go ahead and try to take out the enemy in the front here. That will give us access to... Oh, unfortunately, he will... I don't think that'll be a problem. I've gained my adrenaline back. He has stolen my other dash card. Looks like 28 damage. Go ahead and use Predator on the enemy in the back. Dodge and roll into an Adrenaline. like to hit the enemy in the front with this to decrease his attack damage, but he still has an artifact, so that will not work. Weaken the enemy in the back instead. I think I need to play the long game here. $19 block. I will take 7 damage. $8 damage this time around. Let's go ahead and take out the enemy in the back here. Actually, don't need to use dash. Let's go ahead and play outmaneuver. I'll simply use a slice on the enemy in the back. He will die to poison now. Let's start working on the boss here. Dodge and roll for next turn and strike. Go ahead and keep our dash. And now we can start building poison on the boss. 51 damage he's going to do. Let's go ahead and use dash here, both of them. Go ahead and use quick slash here to see what we get. Another strike. Okay, let's go ahead and use defend. Looks like we'll take about 16 damage here. We have yet another dash. I'm going to keep that for the following turn. Let's go ahead and play dodge and roll also. Looks like 26 damage this time around. Let's go ahead and play dash here. Dodge and roll for the 6 block. And I will keep the other dash for next turn. We will block most of this, taking 3. No attacks coming this time around. Let's go ahead and throw out all of our free stuff. Gained some strength here. He's going to do 32 damage. See how much block we can muster here. 18. That will block 1 full hit, and I will take 14 damage. Down to 128 health on the boss. Let's go ahead and hit him with Predator. And to help myself out next turn, we're going to go ahead and play dodge and roll. We are essentially on a time clock here because he is going to continuously buff his strength. 57 damage now. Let's go ahead and play neutralize here to weaken him. 42. Dash, that will build some block for us. I have 5 more block that I could put up. That will at least keep me alive. Outmaneuver, as nice as it is, I don't think will be helpful to me in this boss fight. Let's go ahead and use dash. 32 health remaining, 17 poison on him. Let's go ahead and use quick strike down to 24. Let's go ahead and keep dodge and roll. Down to 7. He will die next turn, regardless of whether I do anything or not. We have defeated the second boss. Gain another strength potion. Another adrenaline. Bullet time. You cannot draw additional cards this turn. Reduce the cost of all cards in your hand to 0. Very nice. Nightmare. Choose a card. Next turn, add 3 copies into your hand. This is also very nice, especially if you duplicate an adrenaline. I am, however, going to take the adrenaline here instead. Gain mana at the start of your turn. All enemies start combat with 1 strength. Gain 2 mana at the start of your turn. Future card rewards have 2 less cards to choose from. And elites drop an additional relic when defeated. Let's go with the Busted Crown here. I don't necessarily need to pick up any more cards, and having the additional mana would greatly benefit us, especially in Act 3. We have a shop here early on. Taking a look for fires. I want to try to get as many as I can on my run. We have one in the middle. We have some chests here across the middle. Say another fire here on the far left side. Yes, I think that is going to be the path that we take here, sticking mostly to the far left. Alright, well, let's go ahead and try to take out the enemy in the middle. $17 damage coming our way, and we have enough block to avoid all of it. Might as well play another dodge and roll here. Alright, we can get rid of 2 days at once. Lots of dazed cards going into the deck here. Let's go ahead and take out the enemy in the front. We will play outmaneuver for next turn. Predator for the enemy in the back. And defend to block all damage. Well-laid plan, so we can keep some cards in our hand this time around. Unfortunately, nothing good. I'll keep Survivor just in case. Alright. Power Potion, fantastic. And Sucker Punch, deal 9 damage, apply 2 weak. Why not? That's cheap enough. At the end of its turn, gains 3 strength. I'll go ahead and start out with Dash here. Let's go ahead and play Adrenaline. Fantastic, we drew yet another Adrenaline. Let's go ahead and get the ball rolling here. We have Dodge and Roll for next turn. Go ahead and double strike here. Two burn cards. They will do 2 damage at the end of turn. $18 damage. We have 4 block. We need 1 more now. I decided to take the 3 damage from the mob here in exchange for the extra cards. Sucker Punch. Fantastic. Essence of Steel. Gain 4 plated armor. Let's go ahead and get rid of the 2 strength here. I'm having a feeling I'm going to need block more than anything else. Deal 7 damage. If the enemy has poison, deals 7 damage again. Let's skip that one for now. Let's take our chances with the question marks here. Transmogrifier. Before you lies an elaborate shrine to a forgotten spirit. You can transform a card, but it's random. Or leave. We're simply going to leave here. You ignore the shrine. The next enemy here changes intent every time it receives attack damage. Let's go ahead and start out with a dash here. He's now going to do 21 damage. Infinite Blades, let's go ahead and strike. That will reduce the damage. 32. Let's go ahead and just use our potion here to escape. He's one of the biggest pains to deal with, so no need to worry about it. Alright, looks like 20 damage here. Let's go ahead and start out with Infinite Blades. We'll drink the Essence of Steel potion. Noxious Fumes is a good card to play here. See what we can draw with our Quick Slash. Good, some defense. We have 9 block. We will block the full brunt of the first attack, but we will take 11 damage. We've gained our first adrenaline here. Unfortunately, it is the unupgraded one. Lots of damage. Let's go ahead and use a Predator here on the enemy in front. Adrenaline. Alright, that will remove the enemy in the front. See what power card we can get. Whenever you play a card, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Whenever you are attacked, deal 3 damage back. Whenever an attack deals unblocked damage, apply 1 poison. Let's go ahead and go with this one. That will give us thorns, so they will receive damage from us. Full block here. One more turn until the enemy in the front now blows up. So let's go ahead and remove him. Let's play Adrenaline. We've gained yet another Adrenaline. There we go. Let's stack block for next turn. We will have 10 block automatically. The enemy has increased his thorns to 7, looking to do 7 damage to us. We have 10 blocks, so we can hit him with Sucker Punch here. This will give him 2 weak. Let's go ahead and play our Defend. Any attacks we make against him will deal damage back to us. And if I attack him now, I will take damage to my health, so let's avoid that for now. Let him damage himself. Alright, we have a couple of defends we can play here. Let's go ahead and hit him with Predator. We've blocked the full damage, and he will die to poison. Ancient Potion. Gain 1 artifact. Ooh, Bane upgraded. Deal 10 damage. If the enemy has poison, deal 10 damage again. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's go ahead and go right here into the fire. Go and upgrade our other adrenaline. Now we have 3 of those. Fully upgraded. Okay, definitely need to take out the 2 enemies in the front here first. Let's go ahead and play adrenaline. Dodge and roll. Could play Predator here for 15 damage. Into a strike, that would be 21. Unfortunately, that would not be enough to take the enemies out, and I would be taking 18 damage, more or less. Let's go ahead and play Defend here, that will block the front. I will take 9, and we hit the front enemy with Predator. Damage from the enemy in the back, 18 from the combined forces of the enemy in the front. Let's go ahead and play dodge and roll here. We've drawn another adrenaline. We can make use of that for sure. 3 poison, we need to do 6 damage. That will take out the enemy in the front. Let's go ahead and reduce the damage of the enemy in the middle. I'd like to use it on the enemy in the back, but he has artifacts that will not make that possible. Let's go ahead and play Defend here. Deals damage. Another adrenaline. We can use Sucker Punch or Strike. Let's go ahead and strike. We will now remove both the first 2 enemies. 10 damage here, we will fully block. Sucker Punch. Damage from the enemy in the front. Oh, I'm sorry, the remaining enemy. Okay. We can play our entire hand here. Looks like we will take 5 damage. Down to 78 health. Let's go and play Well-Laid Plans into dash. It is worth taking 1 damage here to play outmaneuver for next turn. We are slowly building up poison on this enemy, and that will work regardless of the armor that he has active. Let's go ahead and Sucker Punch here to weaken him. Brings him down to 14 damage he would deal this turn. Unfortunately, I will take 5 damage here. Seven health remaining. And he's dead. Poison Potion. Apply 6 poison. We've gained Deflect here, 4 block, no cost. Skip that for now. Winding halls. You slowly make your way up the twisting pathways. You constantly find yourself losing your way as the walls and ground seem to inexplicably shift before your eyes. The constant whispering voices in the back of your head aren't helping things either. Passing by a structure you are certain you have previously seen, you start to question if you are going insane, or if the impossible geography of this place is starting to get to you. You need to change something, and soon. That's what the voices say anyway, and why would they lie? You can receive 2 madness, but you lose 13 health. Become cursed with Writhe, but heal 27, or lose 5 max health. So I think the best option here would be to take the health. 2 madness would be nice, but it's random. It will reduce the cost of a card in your hand to 0 for the remainder of combat, but it is random which card it chooses. We have the health to spare. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. Something in you cracks. Only the truly mad can understand a place like this. So if you give in to the chattering voices and continue on with the new perspective, things do seem to make so much more sense now. Alright, let's go left here, open our chest, and proceed to the merchant. 47 gold. Whenever you rest, you may add a card into your deck. Let's go into the shop here and see what we have available to us. Cards with exhaust, when played, will instead discard 50% of the time. That is a very powerful card to pick up. I'm sorry, very powerful artifact, because our adrenaline cards all exhaust. Now we have 90 gold remaining. Double the enemy's poison. Add a random skill into your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Gain 2 dexterity. I think we need to go with footwork here. Gain 2 dexterity. Let's proceed into the next monster fight here. Looks like 14 damage from the enemy in the back. Adrenaline was discarded instead of exhausted. Let's get some poison started. That one was exhausted. Let us go ahead and... if we play both of our defends and then madness, that will make either predator or dash cost nothing. And it chose dash. Let's go ahead and play adrenaline here. That one discarded as well. Fantastic. 15 damage we can do to the enemy in the back. Alright. We are down to 2 enemies here. Six strength on both of them. Let's go ahead and play footwork here. Dodge and roll for the block. We will hit the front enemy with neutralize to reduce his strength. Alright, let us now get some more defense started. I'm gonna go ahead and play well-laid plans here. And we will keep our strike for next turn. Going to take a bit of damage here. Down to 49 health. Let's go ahead and play Bane on the enemy in the front. Down to 11 health. Go ahead and hit the enemy in the back. Actually, I'm going to save dash for next turn. I will need the block. Go ahead and play outmaneuver instead. 22 health on the only remaining enemy. 20 damage he's looking to do. Alright. And the poison will take him out. Another power potion. Sneaky Strike. Deals 16 damage. If you have discarded a card this turn, gain 2 mana. We will skip that. Left or right? We unfortunately do have to go left. Not enough money for the shop, and we need the health. We have rested at a rest site and can add acrobatics. Draw 3 cards and discard 1. Going to skip that. Opening a chest here, we have Orichalcum. If you end your turn without block, gain 6. Into our next monster fight. It looks like we have 16 damage coming our way. Infinite Blades to start. What sort of power cards can we get? Another Infinite Blades. Caltrips. That is the way to go for this fight. It is no cost. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and play Dodge and Roll. Into a dash. That will give us 17 block. That will be just enough to avoid taking any damage here. Let's go ahead and dash once again. And we can take out the third enemy here. Adrenaline. Unfortunately unlucky both times. Nothing really worth playing, so we'll simply end our turn here. Five and 7 thorns. Looks like 14 damage. Let's go ahead and play footwork here. Gained 10. That will fully block, and we will take 4 damage. Alright, we have just enough damage to take out the enemy in the back. Let's get our poison started. I could attempt an attack here, but I would risk taking some damage. Go ahead and avoid that. My goal now is to put up as much block as possible going forward, so I don't have to worry about taking any damage. Got to defend here. That is giving me another defend. Let's get some more mana for next turn. I believe I still have, yes, 1 adrenaline left as well. Dodge and roll. Nine block on the enemy in the back. Nothing I can really do with what I have access to at the moment. I shouldn't be getting any more daze cards, though. The enemy in the back was the one putting those into my deck. Looks like 7 damage the enemy here will be dealing. Let's go ahead and apply some more block. And both enemies have poison. Now, I think if I play Bane and it goes off twice, I think I will still take the damage twice. So let's go ahead and apply some more block. Alright, we will keep the Madness card. I will block all the damage because he will die of poison. Looks like 7 damage from the enemy in the front once again. Gain some more block here. Alright, 72 health remaining for us. Dexterity potion. Gain 2 dexterity. Another quick slash. And we are safe to upgrade here. You can upgrade Madness to cost 0. Upgrade Footwork to get 3 dexterity. Quick slash for 12 damage. Quick roll for 6 block. Now and 6 block later. Let's go ahead and upgrade Footwork here. The extra dexterity is going to pay off. And on to the last boss. We will heal 25 health due to our relic. Almost full health. 20 damage from the enemy in front. Let's go ahead and... well, he does have 2 artifacts, so he will be able to nullify any debuffs I attempt to place on him. So let's remove those. Try to block some of this damage. Enemy in the back has increased their strength, and will now deal 26 damage. Let's go ahead and get some blocks started. Down to 72 health. Good. Adrenaline, some more cards into our hand. Noxious Fumes, very nice. Want to get that started as early as possible. Let's get some more cards here, another Adrenaline. We've made our strike cost 0. 18 block now. Down to 64 health. 6 strength on the front and back enemies. 32 damage coming from the back enemy here. Let's go ahead and play Dodge and Roll once again. There is poison on the enemy in the front, so we could do Bane to do 20 damage. Definitely want to do Dash here for the block. We now can block the full amount of damage. Looks like another 32 from the enemy in the front. Let's go ahead and get our 0 cost cards out. Adrenaline. Let's weaken him a little bit. 24 damage now. And this will reduce our dash to 0. Fantastic. quite need as much block as I got. Unfortunately, the dazed cards are starting to catch up with me. This is gonna hurt. We have 7 mana to work with. Let's go ahead and Sucker Punch the enemy in the front to weaken him. Use Dash here to get some block built up. We have 18 now. 28 damage is what he's about to do. Let's go ahead and get Bane going. And we have a full block. .44 damage from the enemy in the back. Let's get some blocks started here. Got 59 health remaining on the enemy in the front. Down to 10 health. 20 block in this turn as well. Unfortunately, it will not be enough. Alright, we have been defeated. Unlocked some new cards though. Cloak and Dagger. Gain 6 block, add 1 Shiv to your hand. Accuracy. Shivs deal 4 additional damage. And Storm of Steel. Discard your hand, add 1 Shiv into your hand for each discarded card. Alright, and that brings us to the end of today's playthrough. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you're watching from YouTube. Helps my channel out a lot. Or please feel free to toss me a follow on Twitch if you're watching from there. Alright, until next time.